I'm telling you, there's a step before that. You will never learn how to trade unless you master yourself. How do you give yourself a chance? You have to give yourself a chance. You have to be willing to put yourself through a process of removing negativity, filtering negativity, and rewarding yourself. And with finding everything that you've ever done in your development, finding that silver lining in it, because you have to cheerlead yourself. This is hard. It's very difficult. And the folks that master themselves keep these negative distractions from creeping in and derailing their progress. All it takes is one bad day where you let your guard down. You're wrestling with something with your relationship. You're wrestling with something about your job, your finances. And then you go into trading thinking it's Rocky theme playing. There's a montage going on right now. You're playing in your earbuds every comeback song that ever came across the the TV movies or whatever it is, and you're in that. You're the main character now, and you're going into the market to prove something. It's a vendetta. You're going to go out there and you're going to exact revenge on Carl. Carl's not on the other side of your trade. Carl's still at the desk at work, trying to get employee of the month again. But you're in there trying to do something, fantasizing, ill prepared, going in with the wrong mindset, expecting an experience to replace something that's going on in your personal life. Drama, heartache, loneliness, brokenness. And I'm promising you this. I'm promising you, if you trade like that, where you have to have a transaction that replaces anger, resentment, someone broke up with you, a job fired you, your children are doing things, unruly, and they're making bad decisions, and you can't do it because they're young adults. I've been there. Going through a divorce. You lost a loved one. Midlife crisis. I had one. I bought a motorcycle and regretted it. Still regret it. But those things, I promise you, if you go in to any trade and the real root cause for you pushing that button is any one of those things, you're doomed. You're doomed. You might get lucky and you might win. But here's what's going to happen. As soon as you win, 10 minutes, maybe 20, if it even lasts that long, it's not going to satisfy you. You're still going to have that heartache, that woman that walked out on you, that now you feel like you got to do like ICT thought he was going to do when he was 20 years old. I'm going to win her back. I'm going to make a lot of money. I'm going to win her back with a lot of money. It doesn't work like that. I'll show my boss I don't need him. I'm going to go over leverage this account because I'll feel good. And if you win, as soon as you do it and the trade closes in profit, you're going to peacock around like I was doing today, teasing my wife. When I say that, I'm just walking around there gloating. She doesn't care. But today, when you see these movements in the marketplace, that's not typical of non-farm. So I want you to make sure you have that in your notes. But when you have these moments where you go into the marketplace yourself and you win under the context that you went in needing stimuli to make you feel significant, to make you feel better, to coddle you emotionally, to replace this emptiness that the real world outside those candlesticks is putting on you, that everybody else endures too. But you're at a breaking point and you just need a release. You need to be able to feel good about something. And if it happens and it works in your favor, that is going to be the shortest lived satisfaction ever. Because it can't compete with the things that you're bringing into trading. How are you gonna take that winning trade that you over leveraged? I don't care if you made $20,000. That win is only going to feel good for so much time. And when it really hits you that you lost your wife, you lost your husband, and you're lonely, you lost a child, maybe it passed away, maybe you had a miscarriage. We've been there. We know that pain. It sucks. But that win, it won't counter that level of ache. So don't go into trading with it. You can't fix those things with trades. Winning trades don't fix those things. A process, a model, sound risk management, impeccable money management. Those things deliver wins. And those wins need to be collected without any emotion. Okay, I made another $1,000 today. Okay, I made another $500 this trade. Okay, I made $20,000 this month. Okay. You're not getting excited. It is just simply your job. I mean, when you get your paycheck, maybe some of you got paid today. Did you open up the envelope? On the stub that you got said that your direct deposit says this is the amount of money you got. Did you think, woo, look at that, baby. Look at that. Honey, look at that. Did you go around parading around your wife or husband? How about you high five your kids? Look at this. I got another one of those things I got last week. Look at this. Look at that right there. You see what they gave me? I went there for 40 hours. They gave me that. Like it's something different. You're not parading around with that. That's not an accomplishment. It's just what you expect to do when you go to work. It's a participation award, right? Well, every one of your trades, your win needs to be simply that. It's a participation award. It was expected. This is what you expect to happen. You're not surprised. It's just the way it is. Okay? You don't want to emotionally charge it. It's not a big deal. It's nothing to be afraid of. It's nothing to really celebrate. You celebrate at the end of the year. You celebrate at the end of the year. This is how much I get to have to pay taxes on. Woo! I love it. That's it. That's the way it works. You do not champion a winning trade, and you don't regret and just go into depression over a losing trade. You're indifferent. It's just business. It's all it is. It's just business. You showing up to your job at your regularly scheduled time for the time you're supposed to punch in to the time you go home and punch out. It's just business. That's the relationship you have. The boss says you show up at this time, be here at this time, and go home at this time. And if you do that, you get a monetary reward at the end of the week. Okay. Same process with trading. The process is I have to do this. I have to show up in front of my charts. I got to do the process of looking through these charts, looking for the thing I'm supposed to be doing as the trader. Then when the time has come, I'm expected to do something with that opportunity. And I have to do what? Manage risk. You're doing it at your job. You're managing your personal risk when you drive there, because you don't know if you're going to get there safely or not, but you're doing everything you can, hopefully, not looking at your phone, texting and whatnot. But once you're at your job, then you're managing the risk of what? Your employer. You don't want to waste supplies. You don't want to waste time watching ICT videos on the clock. Liar. Everything you're doing is managing risk. Are you a good risk manager? Do you speed to work? Are you driving without your seatbelt on? Are you texting, speeding without your seatbelt on? That's not a good manager of risk. You're going to blow your account. These are all things that you need to be aware of, because that's exactly what you're bringing to trading. That's exactly what next year, when everybody's having a hard time, and that culling of the ill-informed street money traders, they're going to be cast out like lepers. This market is going to be harsh to them, but it's not going to be harsh to you, because you're learning, you're being forged in the fires of difficult trading environments right now. These are hard markets, and you're being forged in these fires. You're being prepared. Your steel is being forged in this. You're being battle ready. You're being battle prepared. You're getting all of your armor right now, and you're learning how to use your weapons in a safe environment where nothing can happen to you right now. Nothing can hurt you. It's all upside. It's all advantageous. It's not any weaknesses. This is proper training. This is the right way to do it. And when it comes time for you to be involved in actual trading, whether it be through a funded account or live trading, you will be at the highest point of readiness any trader would be reasonably expected to have. Because it all changes when there's real money involved. That's the part that I can't take you to that. Everybody's going to experience that on a different level. It might be extremely stressful for you. Others will be like, this is way easier than I thought it was. This is fun. But some of you will be thinking, I'm terrified. I can't afford to lose. And you'll have new learning to go through. But you'll at least be trained properly before you get to that point, which is important. Books and courses don't take you there because it takes time, and they don't want to lose the subscription fees, the membership fees. I told you coming in this year, you're going to have to work. It's going to take longer than you thought. You're going to have to do a lot of things that you don't feel comfortable doing. But you're going to be doing that the rest of your life as a trader anyway. So you might as well warm up to the idea. Back testing, studying charts, looking at charts. Before a trade can form, what are you doing? Looking at charts. You have to look at them, right? You have to. So you might as well get used to the idea of doing it and enjoying it. And that's what tape reading is doing for some of you. It's wonderful to see the comments that some of you are like, I love this. Like, this makes so much more sense to me now. I didn't know what I was looking for. And now I don't have any fear of losing, and I'm learning. I don't get all excited about having to make a winning trade. I'm just studying price, and I'm learning so much. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus, because that's exactly what you're supposed to be feeling right now. You're replacing that desire to make money right now when you're not prepared to make money. So it's unrealistic for you to try to make money when you don't know how to make money. I'm sparing you all that frustration and allowing your mind and understanding to develop properly with the proper amount of time. And you'll much more appreciate it next year when I'm not doing this anymore, and you'll have all this experience to lean on. And everybody that's never went through this type of conditioning, trading in the environments that we're going to go to in 2024, yeah, it's going to be a nightmare for them. But you're going to already be prepared. You're desensitized by then. You know that there's opportunities every day, every week. You know when it's likely to hurt you. when everybody else is being told to rush in there and trade. This is when the markets are moving around. Yeah, they're moving around with the intent to take you out. So why would you want to go in there? There's other days where you can trade with probability. It's more in line with you as a trader succeeding in it. Not, well, it's casino time. I got time to do it. Let's go push the button. And I'm so pleased to see this paradigm shift that's happened just in the first month. I was concerned that I wouldn't see enough of it. I mean, obviously it's not all of you saying it, but as we get further into it, this year, you'll see that there's a lot of progress that you don't understand that you have gained. And this week, I provided you a homework assignment. I purposely told you to draw your account down and then come back up before the close of this week. In a week that is already hard. Now, admittedly, we had some really good price runs on Thursday and Friday, which were too good for me to pass up. That's why I showed you examples with it. And I hope I'm not encouraging you to want to trade those days, because it's like that this week. It's not like that every time there's non-farm payroll. Sometimes it's just ugly. It just goes nowhere, chops around, and doesn't do anything. So if you have that in your mind, as that's the usual menu on non-farm payroll, then you won't be so enticed to trade in it and hurt yourself, because you can do damage. And then think about it, it's at the beginning of the month. So now what are you going to do? You're going to start the month in drawdown. Now you got to spend the first week and a half getting out of drawdown. And then you're going to be worried about going back into drawdown in the third week of trading, which is going to be bringing you what? Mental baggage. What if thinking that could have always been avoided by simply not trading on non-farm payroll week on Thursday and Friday. It's simple. It's simple. But you want to do something that everybody else is saying that they should be doing. Getting in on the days that moves around. Well, there's a lot of movement on FOMC. Are you able to get in there before the rate announcements come out? How about the CPI number? There's a lot of movement there too. It's funny that the ideas don't apply to them, but it's the same thing with non-farm payroll. It's not worth it. It's not for professionals. NFP, not for professionals. But you witnessed this week a level of precision, continuity, consistency, visibility, all during a time when the market is predominantly unfavorable on Thursdays and Fridays of non-farm payroll week.